Sure, a lot of you have heard the news by now that potential #1 overall pick in next year's draft, Nick Bosa, brother of Joey Bosa, has decided to leave the Ohio State football program to start preparing for next year's NFL draft. Yeah. On a playoff contending, national championship contending team, the best player, the potential #1 overall pick, says he doesn't even want it. He wants to go start getting ready for next year's draft. Now, part of this sure is based off of the injury that he suffered a few weeks ago and just thinking about that and being realistic about, is it worth it for him? And I know what a lot of people are going to say, that it sucks because they're worried that this is going to set a precedent, that more marquee, big-name, notable guys are going to do this. What happens next? Somebody like Tua in another year decides he doesn't want to play at Alabama anymore because he wants to get ready for the NFL draft. This guy's not going to not only want to play in the bowl game, he's not even going to want to play with the team up to the bowl game because they're starting to think about the NFL draft. You hate it for the teams, you hate it for your team, you hate it for the game of college football. In some ways, you hate it for the players, and skip-de-skip and whoop-de-whoop. I get it. It's a change. It's different. It's something new that's happening. And you're absolutely right. It's going to happen more. As it absolutely should. I in no way, shape, or form begrudge Nick Bosa for this decision. I in no way, shape, or form fault him, especially for his profile of prospect, for his level of where he's anticipating being drafted, for making this decision. You were talking about a kid that is looking at, unless he gets hit by a Mack truck or there's something really bad in his medicals come combine time and so forth, he's pretty much a lock to be a top 5 pick at this point. With a real potential, perhaps, to be a top 3 pick, maybe even #1 overall. Still a long ways away from that possibility, but it is a possibility with this kid. And when you're talking about being drafted in that slot, he could either A, continue to risk injury playing amateur football, where the only amateurs are the players and everyone else is getting paid around them, up to and including the schools who are banking. You could either continue to play in that type of environment where you're getting paid in tuition money, and books, and room and board, and stipends. Oh, baby! That'll put a lot of food in the fridge, huh? You paid in life experience, and growth and maturity, and brotherhood. Playing a game for somebody else's profit. Potentially putting millions upon millions of dollars in their entire career and livelihoods of the future at risk. Nick Bosa didn't owe it to anybody but himself to do what was best for him. And sometimes I think this is where we get to a place where sports fans, sports media can be absolutely disconjointed from reality and completely freaking ridiculous when it comes to these type of things because of their own selfish desires, wants, and needs. And I get those selfish desires, wants, and needs. But the simple truth of the matter is you can talk about loyalty and not quitting on your team and all this other crap. But how many coaches leave their teams to go to another job before the damn bowl game, or sometimes leave even during the season? These programs don't care about these players. These programs don't have loyalty to these players. So why the hell should these players have any loyalty towards them? And I don't know about you, and I do in most cases, unless you're trying to fool yourself, or unless you're really naive, or unless you're just flat out lying. If I'm in that situation, and I'm Nick Bosa, and I say I have a chance to be the #1 overall pick in next year's draft, playing more, while I love my team, I love the guys, I would love to play for a national championship, perhaps win a national championship. I could do that for nothing. Or I could stop playing now, not risk further injury, and make sure that I can get my hands on somewhere between $25 to $35 million of guaranteed money over the next 4 to 5 years. Gee, I wonder what the fuck decision I'm going to make. None of you, with a straight and honest face, could tell me in your situation in life, your plot in life, or if you were in Nick Bosa's situation, you're going to risk 25, 30, 35 million fucking dollars guaranteed over the next 4 seasons because you don't believe on quitting your team and you want to sit there and stick it out and you want to play for a national championship. What a bunch of sanctimonious hogwash and bullshit that is. The bluest and blue fucks are you trying to fool with that one? Because you're not fooling me. I don't blame Nick Bosa one bit for that decision because it's the exact same decision I would have damn made. I don't even know if I would have suited up for Ohio State in 2018 if I had my druthers, if I was him. He at least tried to go out there and play a few games, and he played hard, and he played well. A lot better, frankly, than his brother Joey did back in 2015, and that's the truth. You can look at it on the film. But what is he going to get for continuing to play? Next thing you know, he could develop greater foot issues. He could develop some other type of medical issue. He could all of a sudden end up with a torn ACL, some other type of condition that could really impact his draft stock and cost him millions of damn dollars that he can never, ever, ever get back. That's the thing. He's got one shot to get as much guaranteed money as he possibly can from the NFL draft because nothing is forever. And in particular, when it comes to the NFL, the only guarantee you've got is the guaranteed contract that you can happen to get. Whatever amount that you can get. That's the only thing that's guaranteed you. Everything else is at risk. Everything else is up for chance. Everything else can go. Just like that. And you're going to tell me that Nick Bosa shouldn't quit on his team? You're going to tell me that Nick Bosa owed it to the university? He didn't know the university shit. Frankly, he didn't know his teammates shit. A lot of his teammates, if they were in the same position, would have done the same shit. As they should have. We sit there so often and talk about in the real world, I want to make more money. I want to raise. If I don't get more money, if I don't get better benefits, I'm going somewhere else. And again, there is nothing wrong with doing that. It is perfectly fine. Do the best that you can for yourself and your family. Get whatever you are worth. And don't accept anything less. I mean, we have a country where we have a president who is a very greedy guy, regardless of how you feel about him politically. He's an incredibly greedy guy. When in doubt, Donald J. Trump would do what's best for Donald Trump. And you know what? In the grand scheme of things, that's the way our system is built. And a lot of people that voted for him for president would be the same ones that would shit all over Nick Bosa because he's a fucking athlete. Oh, you spoiled crybaby athletes with your millions of dollars, but you're perfectly okay with CEOs who have no real discernible talent making way more money at the expense of other people? The CEO makes $100 million. You want to give them tax cuts so they can make even more. But a kid like Nick Bosa wants to sit there and do better for himself, for his family, or just for himself, fucking above all else. And he wants to make more money, and we've got a problem with that. He's selfish, he's entitled, he's this and that. No, he's smart, and he's being a damn businessman. That's what the hell he's doing. He doesn't deserve anybody's criticism or judgment for this. Because I find it very hard to believe that a lot of you, and even some of you in the comments, are going to be the wise asses that will sit there and try and say, well, I wouldn't have done it and I wouldn't have. Bullshit! A lot of us broke folks making barely get by money, looking at the chance to make $25, $30, $35 million. If somebody told me if I never did another video again, which would be of great benefit to you, I'm sure, if I didn't do another video again, I could go into this talent pool to be a part of this new sports network and let's say make $300,000, $400,000 a year. What the fuck do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to be like, love y'all on YouTube. Fuck you, bye. And what the hell would most of you do? The same damn thing. It's no different. We should applaud Nick Bosa for doing what is best for him. In a selfish society, he is just getting along, and he is doing what is best for him. And if we are okay with our leaders in the business world doing that, and our politicians doing that, and our presidents doing that, what the hell is so freaking wrong with a greedy athlete doing the same damn thing? That's right, there's nothing wrong with it. To hell with his team, to hell with his university. You got to take care of me, myself, and I first and foremost in this world. That's what matters, and Nick Bosa gets it, and he understands it. And while you might think it sucks, and sure, it kind of does, fuck it ain't your dad or your grandpa's college football anymore. Most certainly isn't. These are the times we live in. And you see all these serious injuries that can happen in the league and the limited shelf life that a lot of players have when they get to the league. Why not get every dollar you possibly can when you've been working towards it your entire life? Who in the hell am I or anybody else to tell Nick Bosa not to do what's best for him and not do what he feels is in his best interest to pursue his dream, his profession, his livelihood? If you've got a problem with it, eat shit. I support Nick Bosa's decision, and if other players do it, that's fine too.